Hey guys, welcome back to my discord.py video tutorial series. In this episode we're going to be going over sort of a hacked up way of creating commands using the onMessage event that we used in the last video. Just keep in mind that this is not the official way to create commands using discord.py. This simply uses a lot of tricks involving strings and slicing them up and outputting information based on what parts of the string were provided. But again, in the next video we'll be going over the official discord.py way of creating commands. It's much simpler, but this is just sort of a good starting point if you don't, if you're struggling so far with creating the bot, this is a good starting point to work with. But again, I do not recommend creating commands this way. I have a better way that'll be coming in the next video. And one other note, you should notice that the video quality is looking a bit better and that I've zoomed in a bit on my text editor. I hope this makes it a bit easier to read, especially for you guys on mobile, like your phones, tablets, whatever, especially with the smaller screens. But yeah, just let me know in the comments below how you like the change, or if you don't like it at all. But I mean, I personally think it's pretty good. Anyways, let's get into this. So, to make our first command, we're going to be making a ping command, and all it's going to do is return pong, or not return pong, but have the bot say pong in the Discord server, ping pong. You get what I'm saying? Anyways, so to do that, we just need to do if message.content.starts-with.ping. .ping. Now what this does is essentially just takes the message and checks if the string of the message starts with this string, .ping. So if you have .ping, obviously it wouldn't start with .ping, and this if statement would not be entered. Now this, you might be wondering why we have the dot here and the .ping and all that here when we've used the command prefix up here. So this command, commands.bot and command prefix, this bot makes use of the more Discord-oriented way of creating commands, but that's happening in the next video. This way is simply creating commands through slicing up strings. Again, it's not the correct way per se, but it is a way of creating commands. So you would have to type this here. You could set a prefix variable up here, something like that, and just mess with your strings in that way. I just prefer to type it out because it's just a period, so I mean, it's not the end of the world. And so if message.content.starts-with-ping, we just want the bot to say, so await client.send message. This is a function from the last video, so you should be familiar with this. And we'll have our channel, and we'll have .pong. Or not .pong, but pong. And now we need to get our channel. Channel is equal to message.channel. Perfect. So this should work. Let's run it. Go over to our Discord server. Bot is now ready. Ping. Pong. Perfect. The bot said it. Nothing gets logged into the console. Remember, the only things that show up in the console are things that are called with print, or other ways through Python. But if you want things to show up in the server, you have to do things through the client send message or whatever. We'll get into more ways to display information to your server. But for now, sending messages is all you really need to know. So our next command is going to be .echo. Now, as far as I'm concerned, an echo command, it just sort of relays a sentence or a string that you've sent it. So if I typed .echo, hey guys, my bot would simply say, hey guys. So that's not too hard. It's a little bit more complex than the ping command, but I mean, at the end of the day, it's really not that hard. And if you'll notice, actually by the time we're done this if statement 2, you'll notice that these if statements and the way we are creating the commands use a lot more of the Python built-in functionality as opposed to the discord.py functionality, which is why it's sort of incorrect. You want to be using the setup that Discord has provided for you. But anyways, let's get into it. If message.content.starts-with.echo. Simple enough, makes sense if you understood this line up here. And now what we want to do is we want to take the rest of the sentence, or the rest of the message content, and send that back. So how we're going to do that is we're going to take the message message content, and we're going to split it. So what the split function does, if you don't know already, is it splits a string at a certain character. So by default, if I don't pass anything in to the split function, it'll split on spaces. But if I put something like X, it would split every single X. And it'll give you a list of all the different segments that it split the string at. But keep in mind that none of those strings would contain an X, as it would have been split there. But again, we're not going to pass anything in. However, I could also do this, but that's kind of redundant. Anyway, so we have our message. Now what we want to do is create our output that we are going to stack on all the words into. And for word in message, we want to ignore the first split because that will simply be .echo, because the command will be used something like this, .echo hello world, which will set our message list to look something like this, echo, hello world, right? And so we'll not want to regard this .echo here, we simply want the hello world. So we'll say output plus equals word, but we also need to add in our spaces because we split at the spaces, meaning inside that message list there are no spaces for us to use. So at the end of every word, we're just going to add a space. And that's it. We have our output sentence, and we just want our bot to say it. Await client send message channel output. All right. So we have await client send message channel output. We've sliced up the string. Hopefully this works. Let's run it. Oh, we have an error. There it is. I did not put my colon there. Open in browser. Bot is ready. Cool, cool, cool. Let's test our ping command, make sure it still works. Pong. See, this is a problem that I do not like. If you run 2 instances of the bot, it'll do 2 of the same things. And if you're doing something that involves joining a voice channel, and you have 2 instances open, it could cause errors. So just make sure you're shutting down your bot every time you're going to edit, or before you are running your new bot. Alright, so .ping, Pong, correct, and .echo, this is a test. This is a test, perfect. Now keep in mind, you can actually use any string. Like you could even use these things here. I don't know, let's use this fire one. See, this is essentially as if you just typed it, echo, fire. Boom, your bot's using emojis, or whatever they're called, emojis, I'm pretty sure. But that's essentially it for this video. You've made your 2 simple commands. You now understand the structure of creating, I guess, unofficial commands, but now you can go ahead and create more and more. You could also sort of do this in a modular way. You could call functions from a dictionary and then import different functions from different Python files. It would make it easier to add them in, and you wouldn't have a super long bot.py file. But, I mean, to each their own. But this is essentially it in terms of the quick way of creating commands. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, leave a comment, let me know what you want for the next videos. After I get onto commands, we'll be going into things like specifics, specific things that you might want added to your server, like an auto roll, or how to just, you know, I say auto roll because that's what I'm thinking of doing for like the 4th episode. But I'll think of more. Don't worry about it. But again, specific things that you would want to add to your server. Then, sort of after the 4th video or after the 3rd video, you can just sort of skip through those videos and find whatever you want to add to your server, and I will simply show you how to implement it. But that's it for this video. Thanks for watching, and see you later. Bye.